Of course, the big news of the week or of last 2 weeks or of the last whole month has been the RCIP, and RCIP now is slowly coming into action. You are seeing action from different communities. They are now beginning to talk about their programs, their criterias. As of right now, Sault Ste. Marie has announced its priority occupations and sectors. Brandon in Manitoba has announced. North Okanagan in British Columbia has announced. Timmins in Ontario has announced. Thunder Bay has announced. I have on the screen right now, Thunder Bay has announced its criteria. Now, again, if you do watch my live streams and if you do watch the videos that I make, you already know that I already told you long back before even they announced that CEDC, which is the Community Economic Development Commission, CEDC. So they had already announced that they would be identifying 5 priority sectors, industries, whatever you want to call it, and 25 knock codes or occupations that would be considered as priority. And these priority occupations will be allowed to sort of make the applications. So while they have identified these 5 industries and 25 knock codes, it's not like that only these categories or these applicants can apply. Others can also apply. However, Thunder Bay is also now considered as an employer-driven program. Now, employer-driven basically means you as the applicant will not be making this application. It is going to be the employer who will be submitting the application on your behalf. So first of all, the employer has to be designated. There is a step-by-step guide on the Thunder Bay website for the employers to go through so that they can be designated. They have to obviously be in the business for at least 2 years in Thunder Bay. And then once they are designated, and if you are that employee that they would like to, or if you are the person that they would like to hire, they would like to sort of endorse or help with the whole process, then the employer will apply for your endorsement. Now, to apply for the endorsement, they would have to complete the form online on Thunder Bay website. And Thunder Bay has now issued priority sectors: business, finance, administration, health occupations, occupations in education, law, social, sales and service, transport, etc., etc. So this is their points guide. This is the Thunder Bay points guide. Now, individuals, you could basically have a job offer either in the priority sector, or you could have a job offer in the priority occupation, or you could have priority sector and occupation. Obviously, what they are going to do is they will get points. For example, if you are an admin assistant and working in a business finance admin sector, you will get 7 points for the sector. You will get 14 points for the occupation being priority, and therefore you'll have 21 points. And you will also say yes over here that your job offer is in a priority sector and a priority occupation, of course. And as you then scroll down, there are points for other aspects as well. You get points for relevant work experience. Mind you, it says related work experience. Now, I do not know how they're going to identify that. Details are not available. However, if you have the related work experience, 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, you'll get more and more points as and how that goes. And of course, then there is the language skills. So the better the language skills, the higher the points. Of course, Francophone, FCIP, Francophone Community Migration Pilot, that is also with the Thunder Bay. So French, then you get additional points for that. Of course, education points are there. And then the intent to reside, and then there are some bonus points as well for your community. There you go. And you have to score a minimum of 50 points in order to be eligible. And if you're able to do that, then you should be very much on your way. So that is the points grid from Thunder Bay. Now, how they have identified or how Thunder Bay will be, assigning their applications is 15% for business finance, 30% for health occupations, 15% for occupations in education law, 15% for sales and service, 15% for trade, 10% allowance for adjustments, just in case plus minus here and there. That is how they will be sending out their endorsements. So not everybody will be getting it. Health occupations obviously have the highest priority there. And then you have similarly in Brandon, Manitoba. Brandon, Manitoba hasn't yet announced any point system. They have just announced their list of their occupations, their list of priority sectors. Again, pretty much same, just like Thunder Bay. Sault Ste. Marie, also in Ontario, has announced its program. Again, the priority sectors are pretty much the same: health, education, sales and finance, trades and transport, manufacturing in this case. And then you have North Okanagan in British Columbia, also then announcing their priority occupations, priority sectors: health, education, sales, service, trades and transport. So you see that pretty much across the board, most of the communities have come. Again, that's another one. Timmins also has announced, and in Timmins also health, education, trades, transport, natural resources, business. Pretty much everybody, all the communities of RCIP have identified these are largely. Now, from one community to another community, while the sectors, the priority sectors have remained pretty much the same or similar, it's the occupations where some of them have changed. So truck drivers in one community, not in the other. Some other occupations in one community, not in the other. So those, some finer details have been tweaked depending on individual communities' priorities and their labor market demands. So therefore, if you are eligible, if you are part of that community, if you're already living there, if you're already working there, you have a job offer, you have an employer, by now, I hope you have already been encouraging your employer to get designated. It's very important. The employer has to be designated. In most of these RCIP programs, they will all be employer driven. It's the employer who will have to apply for the endorsement. Earlier with RNIP, it used to be the candidate who would apply. Now it's the employer who will apply. And once the employer makes the application, then the community will go through it, review it, probably give some sort of a priority. I'm going to assume that most of the communities will come out with some sort of a point system so that they can then pick and choose the best of the profiles, and then from there on you would be getting your endorsement. And then don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We really love it. We really appreciate it. We really thank you for doing that. And yeah, that's the link again to book an appointment. By all means, I'll be very happy to discuss your application one-on-one, your queries one-on-one, strategies, if any, that if I can help you with. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining in, and stay forever hopeful.